Hello everyone, this is Animation4. Welcome back to some more TechnodeFirmaCraft. So, I've been doing a little bit of stuff off camera. I went mining, got some more limonite. Actually, did I already start this episode? I feel like I started this episode. No, I don't think I did. I went mining and got some limonite, made some iron, got a little bit of iron here. Basically, I'm now using 3 times ore production consistently. So every one of those rich limonite out there is 2 ingots worth, over 2 ingots worth. So this is like a stack of 16. How much would that be? That would be 18 iron ingots from a stack of 16 rich limonite. So yeah, got that big stack of iron built up. What are we gonna do with it? Find out later. But first, we're gonna do something that I found out I could do. So I found something on the way back from getting lapis, and that was not visible for some reason. Why are you not there? Show me that waypoint. Where is that waypoint? I have no idea where that waypoint ended up. There are horses. There are horses on this massive island, just to the northwest, and it's not showing up for some reason. Basically, I'm gonna go get some, because although the jetpack does give me height, I can fly up high, it doesn't give me speed. So if I like look at the ground as I'm moving forward, or actually, where's the? Why is the? This not visible? So if you look at like how fast I'm moving now, I'm not really moving faster when I'm flying. So hopefully a horse will be able to give us that speed when we're traveling long distances. But I have found when I was doing that limonite mining, this jetpack is amazing for mining. Oh, you could get in all the little nooks and crannies and mine out all the little bits of ore. Normally you have to place ladders to get around, that kind of thing. It's just so easy. You just fly through the cave real quick. Oh, it's nice. It's very nice. So that's probably what the jetpack's going to be used for mostly. That and getting me out of ravines if I ever fall in them. What is this? This is bismuth. Don't care. I have enough bismuth. So yeah, I'm going to head over there. And I forgot rope. So I'm going to head back first.
Need to go
Hello.
relatively big with this turn. And then ideally start dropping here already.
Nothing on the heart yet, but I will take this horse and this cow and begin the long walk back home. Like there's another car around here I'm probably gonna nab too. I've decided this is the best way to do it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll just make sure when I put them down it's in water. Everyone hanging on back there? They're good. They're good. Alright, folks, this is your captain speaking. We'll be experiencing a little bit of turbulence up ahead, so please keep your seatbelts fastened and remain attached to your ropes, and we'll get through this nice and quickly. Alright, can I have your attention, folks? We are approaching our destination. Please put your seat backs and tray tables in their full upright and locked position. We thank you for traveling with us, and we hope we have a pleasant day trapped the remainder of your lives inside a fence. The landing's always the best part. Splash. Cool. That wasn't so bad. That actually didn't use as much fuel as I thought it would. I flew pretty much that whole way here, hovering for like 2,000 blocks, and only used like 5k hydrogen. Get out of the floor. You ate no ground beef. Right. Go around. That's how you get in. There we go. 2 male cows, a female cow, and a horse. And they are all not familiarized. Oh, give me that. Let's get them going. This horse, I need it to have a certain amount of its heart full before I can ride it. Not sure quite what that is, but it's pretty high. Speaking of which, I'm going to milk the cows real quick. I'm always running out of cheese. Alright, so we got the horse back. The horse is all settled in, and actually enough time is, I thought it would take a lot longer, but enough time has passed we can actually ride the horse now. So share what that entails. Got a rope, gotta have a rope. Hop on, and here we go. So this is obviously much faster than walking. I'm definitely using this to travel large distances, and yeah, it's cool. I'm on a horse. So that's good. That's good. So the next plan. The next plan is as follows. We have pretty much finished up mechanism. We've gotten to a pretty fair point right now. There's a bit more I want to do, and we'll look into doing that next time if everything goes well with what I want to do now. Otherwise, you can do it now. I made a bunch of steel and iron in preparation. But what I want to do now is not mechanism. We're going to do Pneumaticraft, which is... This is all I have for Pneumaticraft right now. This little 3x3x3 pressure chamber, which I was using to make diamonds. So Pneumaticraft has its own source of energy. It's not really energy, it's air. You use air compressors to compress air, and then anything connected to these pipes, you see I have pipes here, will be under the same pressure. So this pipe is under 2.6 bars of pressure. So is this. Machines use air pressure in Pneumaticraft to operate. So for instance, if you look at, say, thermopneumatic processing plant, the TPP, it requires, is that negative? That would make sense. It requires a positive amount of pressure to process. And it'll use up the air pressure and it'll go away. Use these air compressors to generate it. There's other ways of doing it, but basically we use these air compressors to generate it. And there's pretty cool stuff you can do. You can make drones and things. Where's the full drone? Here's a drone. Requires a printed circuit board, which requires capacitors. So this is the caveat. Everything has this little trick that you don't see unless you really start digging into the recipes. So if we want something like a drone, turbine motors, compressed iron. You can actually make compressed iron now. You literally just compress iron to make the turbine rotors, turbine blades. Pretty easy. These printed circuit boards are actually a really common thing you're going to be using. They're used in quite a few recipes, these printed circuit boards. They require unassembled PCBs, which you can make an assembly controller, or you can throw an empty into an etching acid, which is how you have to make it the first time. But you take that, and you apply these transistors and capacitors to it. So these require redstone, compressed iron, and plastic. We haven't done anything with plastic. How do you get this plastic? And as you can see, big red letters, plastic plants are being removed. So if you played Pneumaticraft a while back, not even too long back, maybe like a year ago, you use these plant seeds. In this case, squid plant seeds will give you black. You compress these plant seeds and you get plastic. Pretty straightforward. It's not that simple anymore. Now it says transitioning to the oil system. What is this oil system? Well, it requires using this plastic mixer. So 1,000 millibuckets of liquid plastic and some dyes becomes black plastic. And I'm pretty sure this takes air pressure too. Maybe. It must take some kind of heater. And I think this mod has heaters somewhere. Yeah, something like that. So where to get this liquid plastic? This you get from LPG. What does LPG stand for? I don't know. But 100 LPG and a coal becomes basically one plastic. Where do you get this LPG? You get it from gasoline. Gasoline comes from kerosene. Kerosene comes from diesel. All four of those things come from oil. So you see right here, LPG, gasoline, kerosene, diesel, all of them come from oil. Yeah, so we need a refinery, but mainly we need oil. So I was actually worried about this. In my whole exploring the world, I have not seen any oil. And with my experience with modded oil, that is Buildcraft oil. If you ever played with a Buildcraft mod, you know there's these huge oil spouts spouting up in the air. They're very obvious. You can see where the oil is. Come on. Oh yeah. So Buildcraft oil, that usually requires, you see the big slick sheet, you know where the oil is. I haven't seen any of those. So it was my assumption that oil isn't generating. So what I did is I went into MC Edit, basically to confirm that it is. I placed down an oil bucket. Look at the ID, it's ID 219 when it's placed down. And I scanned the world for 219, and yeah, there's oil in this world. There's a lot of oil in this world. I think in this, like this region right here, there's about 2,000 blocks of oil, which is, what, 2 million millibuckets? There's oil. Wait, what did that convert to? That convert to 2,000 blocks. I think would convert to about 20,000 plastic if you harvest it all. So yeah, it's here. The task is to find it. It's all underground in like little air pockets. I did look. I don't know where any of them are because basically everything's purple, but there are air pockets underground. And if you find them, there's oil there. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be looking for these air pockets now. That's convenient. Here's something you probably don't see very often. Bedrock. Nothing down this shaft. Back up to the top to pick a new one and plug up this hole. Hey, what's this? This oil. It wouldn't make sense for this to be water, right? Oil! Yes, I found oil. Very good, very good. Alright, so with this, we can get plastic. I actually got pretty lucky. This is the third one I went down. There's one right there, and there's one right there. So with this, we can get plastic. I am going to want to make a pump, electric pump. That's really easy, and a tank to store it in. So also pretty easy. And yeah, I'll do that. Actually, no, I'll probably use. Yeah, I'll use open blocks tanks. Those are a bit cheaper. Hope this doesn't explode if I put torches down. That'd be really stinky. Guys, this is a decent amount of oil here. Definitely enough to get me started. And I kind of thought, you know, let's just be lazy and not make a tank. And I'm just going to do this by hand. I forgot my bucket. No. I'm guessing I can't use this. Yeah, I forgot my bucket. Alright, just going to store this tank of oil right next to the tank of hot engine lubricant. Nothing can go wrong here. It's fine. So, Pneumaticraft. Where do we start? I suppose the best way to start is finding the best way to generate air pressure. What does these do? The machine can generate compressed air using various liquids. The Veil Fuels tab. Okay, I might look into this. We have a liquid compressor that looks like it can generate air pressure. The air compressor, the advanced air compressor. Yeah, we don't have that yet. Vacuum pump. I'm gonna look at this a little bit. I'm gonna take some time, try to find a nice way of generating air pressure. Time for your favorite game. Will it explode? Yes! Yes, it will. So why did this not work? Okay, sure. Ah! Lever. Ah! Lever. Okay, that's regulating the pressure too much. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how the safety tube module works. And I don't know. Threshold is 0. I think the varying redstone signals will affect the threshold. So let's try something like this. Applied redstone 2. Yeah, so now the threshold's 2 bars, so it'll let it out if it goes over 2 bars. It's gonna keep it at 2. That's cool. I like that. So if you didn't see what I was using there, this is a liquid compressor, like I said. And it's got the available fluids tab. One of these looks very interesting. So obviously we don't want to use hydrogen lubricant. That's not good. You want the high number. So LPG is the best. That's what I was using in this little test here. It consumes it so slowly. Like you just put in a bucket and you just let it sit for an hour. But we don't have that right now because we don't have enough fuel to actually make it yet. And I think most of the LPG we have is going to be going to plastic. That's the stuff. But one of these right here, biomass, does look pretty nice. So biomass is a forestry thing. You get biomass by fermenting basically any type of plant in a fermenter, and you can just use water. You don't have to use honey. Let's show that. Yeah, deionized water with a plant, some fertilizer. I do believe there's an apatite vein nearby, and you get biomass, and that just goes into here. So I think we might look into doing that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do some testing here first. Just kind of see what this all takes. It should be much. Okay, we might have a bit of a problem. So, I'm logging into Creative World now. I can't log into my world. Whatever the last, I want to say 10 times I've tried, it has crashed as soon as it's loaded. And I have looked at the crash reports, and I think I know what the problem is. But if that's not the problem, we're in trouble. Okay. So, what happened a while back is I was replanting my peppers, like you do, and the game crashed while I was in the middle of replanting my peppers. And when I logged back in, one of the peppers I planted ended up being wheat or something. And I think that's what the problem is, because it's giving me some kind of crop-related issue. So I'm going to go to MC Edit again, and I'm going to delete that, and hopefully we get it fixed. Question mark. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. See what happens. Okay. And that was it. We're in. We're in there. Nice. By the way, here is the apatite, like 100 blocks away from base, really close. I could fly. What am I doing? Just go get it. Alright, I got everything in here except something to ferment. So what am I gonna ferment? I can go pick some cord grass. I don't think this actually works. Yeah, it doesn't. Salt and freshwater plants do, so I think these reeds would. Maybe. Let's find out. No, even these reeds. Oh, they're immersed. That's why. But you know what I'm gonna use? I finally found a use for it. The bamboo. Let's chop some of this down. This bamboo will actually work, and I got a bunch of it from chopping these. So win-win. I think I can replant it maybe if I do this. I think it'll regrow maybe. I'm not sure. But this is where I'm gonna be getting my biomass from. Slowly but surely. Wow, I need a lot of this stuff. It's 10 each. So one of the things I'm going to make here is, as you saw what I just had to do, I had to break the interface on the pressure chamber in order to get to the center. What I'm going to make here is something that makes it so I don't have to do that. Pressure chamber interface. So apparently it's just a wall and a hopper. When I last did it, it cost a lot more. I think I used one of these pneumatic cylinders to do it. I'm fine with it being less expensive. I'm not complaining. So you gotta make a hopper. Got the hopper mold right here. Block mold. Just a few steps to do that. So unfortunately, I did not look at the recipe for the liquid compressor and quickly realized it requires red plastic. So I can't do that quite yet. But I do have these two interface halves now. Let me just do this. And the block will be used to export input. It's input and export inputting by how you place blocks. The I means it's importing on that side. O means it's outputting. Okay, so if I want to put items in through here and have them come out that side, I want to import from this side. So I want the I over here. So place it this way. Yeah, there's the I. There's the I. And oh, that's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. So we have an item filter. Let's see if I can figure this out real quick. Let's see if we can successfully make a compressed iron. I'll grab 3, just in case. So I think the filter, you have to tell it what it shouldn't be taking out. For the import, it doesn't matter. Import mode. It's a completed pressure chamber. I might need to actually put a pipe into it, so I might need a maybe can I just drop it? Just go meh. No. I might need a pipe going into it. I should just be able to do this, and it should go into this little slot right here. That's the filter. No problems. Let me get a hopper. Another hopper. Alright, let's start with a hopper here. Oh, look at that. It's right there. It needs a chest to go into, I think. So obviously, the filter wasn't set up properly, so the output pulled the iron ingot instead of waiting for it to become a compressed iron. So I'm going to try to set up the filter after I drop a chest down, which hopefully the item goes into. There it is. Cool. So if I come in here, filter, I think I do that. Tell it what to accept. Okay, so obviously there's not enough pressure right now to get it to do anything. It just throws it in. So if I start dropping some pressure in here, it should build it up, and we can see that get transformed. And I don't think anything can despawn when it's inside here, but I don't know. Cool. And it took it out without losing the air pressure, so we can drop these two in, and it'll do both. And they should transform actually pretty quickly because the pressure's already up. That's really neat. If the air goes in from the bottom, maybe? No, where does the air go in? The top? Heat. Okay, heat. Okay, that heated it up. Oh, what? Why? Huh? Okay. Maybe this turns it into... I don't know. I don't know why that happened. Oh my... Why? So apparently that plan isn't going to work. We have to find some other way of heating this refinery in order to make oil and get plastic out of it eventually. Unfortunately, that'll have to be next episode. We are all out of time. Next episode we'll be looking at ways of heating this. I also, before I forget, because I was planning on doing it this episode, but I forgot. I want to try to make a atomic disassembler. It's a pickaxe that runs off power, and we have everything for it. It's just a matter of making it. So next episode, we're making one of those, figuring out how to heat up this refinery, and hopefully getting some plastic. But that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.